back to This Square Room, your new favorite podcast. My name is Jonel, and I'm here with my wonderful, charismatic, handsome, I don't know, I'm out of things to describe you guys, co-host.
Wow.
I know,
quick.
right? Oh, I thought you were going to say wow, like that was good.
No, that was quick. You
Listen,
ran out of things?
I was
Come on.
digging from the bottom of the barrel. I said handsome and
Wow.
charismatic. That's all you guys need. I'm here with Hugh and Des. How are you guys?
My eye hurts.
Cool. Okay, so that's how it's going for you. For everyone at home listening, This Square Room is now available on iHeartRadio. I mean, we're also on all major podcast platforms, but now that I'm saying it, I'm realizing obviously you know this because if you're listening, you are using one of these platforms. But yes, we're now on iHeartRadio. And while we're at it, we might as well just plug our stuff. We have a website, thissquareroom.com. Check it out. If you go to thissquareroom.com/ask, you can submit a question or a story to be featured on the podcast for us to answer or share or react to or whatever. And you can remain anonymous. So you can do that on our website. And our socials are This Square Room on Instagram and on Twitter. Also, personally, we also have social media. So my Instagram and Twitter is at Jonel Wilson. Hugh, let them know where they can find you.
Hughnb Instagram.
You misspelled it wrong.
Did I?
I feel like you did too.
You said Hughgenb. There's an extra E at the end there.
Hughgeneb. There you go.
Wow,
There you go,
imagine
yeah.
forgetting your own name. Or at least how to spell it. Yeah, that's your what?
My Instagram.
Wow, are we boring you, sir?
Yes.
Des, where can they find you?
What's my Instagram name? Oh,
Desi D18.
Thank you. I was actually gonna say it twice. I'm like, oh no, that's the old one.
No.
Yeah.
Desi D18, and that's with 2 Z's.
I mean, anonymous. Anyways, moving on. Right.
Yes. So, most of our listeners are American. We've spoken about that. North American, but I'm talking about like USA. But we also have, listeners around the world. We have a lot of Canadians, some UK, a couple Australia, other places.
Bruv.
But because our primary audience isn't in the country that we live in, I've always been curious if when they're listening, they're like, oh, like, why are they talking like that? Like, did they say something? Like, why are they like saying it like that, pronouncing different words?
Accent or whatever.
I don't feel like I have an accent. A lot of the time when I travel, I get like, you must be from like California or somewhere, But when I say A, they're like, oh, you're Canadian.
You said A. Oh my gosh, you're Canadian. Oh.
Yeah, so I mean, there's definitely that. I was on TikTok, of course, the other night, like 2 nights ago, and there was a thing where they were talking about like, I guess like Canadians have a specific way of saying things and not the stereotypical things. You guys know they always say like the way we say Toronto is we don't pronounce the last T. Like Canadians, obviously if it's at the beginning of the word, like we'll say it, but we don't like to say T's. So you don't say Toronto, we say Toronto, like NNO, Toronto. Do you guys say it that way?
I don't pay attention.
How do you say it? Say the word.
Just say Toronto.
Yeah, you don't pronounce it. I pronounce it. I say Toronto.
Ooh. Yucky. Really?
Where are you from? I'm from Toronto.
Do you actually?
Yeah, for real.
Say it the other way. Let me hear it.
Toronto? Ew. I sound like I'm from the States. Ew. I'm from Toronto.
No, normally they say you can pick out a foreigner or someone who wasn't, either someone who's not from here or who wasn't raised here.
No.
By how they say
100%. Not even just how they say it, the whole accent thing, because I'm on some streaming sites, right? And I talk to people around the world. And I get what you're saying because I can join someone's live and I'll just listen to them talk. And I'm like, hey, you're from Toronto. And they're like, how'd you know? Because you're pronouncing everything correctly. Come on.
Toronto. That's weird. I actually didn't think you would say. I think between the two of you, I would expect it more from you just because, like he said, he's kind of like a, like, who the fuck cares type of thing. Yeah. But, like, that's the thing. You can tell that even though he doesn't care about how it's pronounced, he naturally says it that way because he was raised here. So I find it weird that you don't do that.
Well, what are the words?
Like the word 20. Like $20.
I just say $20.
Right. You say $20. How do you say it?
$20.
Right, but it's 20.
Yeah, you're right.
It's $20. There's another T in there.
He's like, oh, there is.
We're saying it like
I didn't know it was that serious.
TWENNY, but we say 20, but it's 20.
They're just saying we don't like to pronounce the T unless it's at the beginning.
Like the Center for the Performing Arts. It's actually the Center for the Performing Arts, not center. How do you guys say that word?
Center?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I'll say both.
Because even just now we were talking about Oshawa Center.
Yeah,
and we said center.
Yeah, I said center.
That's crazy because as you're saying
I'll say both, I guess. I don't pay attention, to be honest.
I'm thinking of the word title, and we say title.
Title.
Yeah.
Like this, like Beyonce and Jay-Z streaming, like title.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Title.
I've never realized that.
Yeah, and like there was some
Isn't
other...
it just title? Isn't it TIDAL?
No, but I'm talking about like the
that's
title
the streaming
of the book
site, but TITLE, like the title of the story.
Yeah.
How do you?
No one says title.
But that's what it is.
I'm sure our British friends.
Yeah, they
do.
probably do.
I say title.
They speak so
title.
proper, and
Do you know
I love
the
it.
title of that book?
Why did you get
Harry
so
Potter?
mad?
Is it the title of that J.K.
Oh my god, that's
Rowling
another
book?
Harry Potter. Oh my god, I say it with a D. Harry Potter? Ew. Oh my god, it's literally Harry Potter, but I can't. Harry Potter. But like I can't say it with my accent with
Harry
the T's
Potter?
and have it sound natural.
Where's the owl going?
Right as I was coming here, I'm talking to my UK friend, and he said like he had his daughter today, but he said daughter, and I'm like, daughter. He's like, what? Why do you pronounce it daughter? And I'm like, that's the word, daughter.
Fucking British.
Yeah, it was great. I like to hear how different people speak now.
Did you mention
I
a
think
boot?
they're ridiculous.
No, I love the English accent. What'd you say, Hugh?
Did you mention a boot?
A boot? No, because and why are you saying he?
Because I could clearly see it's a man.
It's not.
That's a woman?
Yes.
It's a very ugly woman. That looks
And
like a dude.
this is just a screenshot. It's a woman. I'm telling you, I watched.
No, it is. Yeah,
Right.
I can see it is.
Horrible.
That's a very friendly smile.
But no, there's a couple other ones that I'll say the other ones that I do agree with. There was like Atlantic. They say that we say the first T but not the last T. So we'll say Atlantic, not Atlantic.
Oh, I say Atlantic.
Yeah,
I think I say Atlantic as well.
Yeah.
Atlantic. I guess it depends on how fast I'm speaking. Like Atlantic,
The Atlantic
Ocean. The Atlantic Ocean.
I say Atlantic.
Internet.
The internet.
Even me just saying it, I am hearing
Internet.
Internet. I was on the internet.
Yeah.
I just don't say that in general.
You don't say the word internet?
No. I don't remember
You're
the
not
last time
like,
I said that.
oh, like, what's your Wi-Fi password? I can't connect to the internet.
I just say, what's your Wi-Fi?
Ugh.
Fucking hell. It's pretty obvious. What's your Wi-Fi? What else do I mean by that?
I don't know. Yeah, I think I do both. I definitely do say internet with the T, but again, I think when you're speaking like really fast sometimes. But they have other ones like they're saying like the word most. Apparently people from Canada, again, this is not just Toronto, but apparently people from Canada will drop the T. So most.
I've never heard a Canadian say most.
And then instead of just, it's just.
It just
Instead
seems
of
like
must,
just
it's
taking all the
must.
T's because like most, like some of the stuff I agree with, a lot of the like.
You just did that.
What?
Oh my god, because you said most. You didn't say most.
Oh, I guess.
You just did it. Oh my god.
Because I'm a hypocrite.
That's crazy. And I wouldn't have noticed if I didn't literally just say it. But you were like, yeah, I don't really agree with that because most.
I'm a hypocrite.
Wow. But yeah, if you guys are not from Canada and specifically not from Toronto,
There you go.
I would love to hear what you guys think about how we speak.
I
If you guys
definitely-
feel like we do we have an accent to you?
We do.
Depending
Yes.
on no, I'm asking the listeners, not you guys. To the listeners, where you are from, would you consider the way we speak, to
Oh
have
yeah,
an
there,
accent?
bud. I fuck nah.
Well, yeah, because from certain parts of Canada, they'd say
I
we
find
have an
myself
accent.
talking like that sometimes.
Well, yeah, because you're like a real Canadian countryman.
But the only Canadians that like I can't understand is the East Coasters.
Newfies?
Yeah, especially Newfies.
when
I'm
they
like,
speak
what do you-
fast, like
what
a
do you
drunk
say?
Newfie is like, I'm not gonna understand
What do
you.
you say? What do you say in there? What are you talking about? Go fish. Go catch a lobster.
I mean, the fact that we're talking about words, So did you know that there's a name for the fear of long words?
That's a fear?
Yes, because everything has a name, so that part doesn't surprise me.
Why is that a fear?
Of long words?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that's me, because I will read a. You haven't
long words.
You haven't read a book in class and you see a
Yeah,
long
that's
word
exactly
and you
what
just
I
I wouldn't say
skip
I'm
it.
a fear of long word. I mean, my fear, I guess, of reading. But I wouldn't say that. Oh, that's a long word.
No, but it's like
And counting.
it's like if it's like the basic words like the cat in the hat. Oh, give me that book, I can read
easy.
it. But give me like a novel.
Like Harry Potter.
Hey, Potter, when you got me yesterday.
There's about the
surprised you
word
even know
for the
that.
fear of the longest word is about 40 letters long. It's not actually 40, but it's
Whoever
about.
made that.
So
An
I'm gonna
asshole, yeah.
I'm gonna try and pronounce it right. Hippopotomonstro. Joe, your turn. I told you I can go halfway.
Try again.
Half-
You did. You
no,
gave
I
it,
really
you gave
can't.
it half an
Because
effort.
watch, when you see it, when you get to the halfway point, you're gonna be like phobia. Your eyes are just gonna go to the end.
Okay.
Hippo, pato, monstro, sesquipidibidophobia.
It sounds like the phobia of.
Hippopotamus.
Yeah. Well, here you try first.
I can't. I was upstairs, class, man. I can't read that.
Give it a try.
I was upstairs for a reason. Where is it?
I don't know. It's,
Yeah, I can't read that. man.
Yeah, you're gonna look
You're
at it.
not
and be
even
like,
gonna
what?
give it a
Look at
No,
try?
I was reason
Joe,
why I
look
was
at that.
upstairs, man.
Quipidillophobia. Hippopotamonstrosquipidillophobia.
Wow, good job. See, that's why I gave you the phone.
Hippopotamonstrosquipidillophobia.
But why?
That I now have hippopotamus after
That's
trying to read
crazy
that.
for no reason.
You could have got
No, I was
it.
upstairs, man.
He would have got hippo. He would have got
I
hippo.
was
fact that-
upstairs for a reason. I was with those kids for a reason, man.
Like the first time I saw it, I was just looking at it as a whole word, and I'm like, no, Des. In grade school, they
Sound
taught
it
you
out.
sound it out, break it up into pieces. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, hippo. I know what that is. Hippo. Pato. Oh, a hippopotamus. Hippopato monstro. And then I gave up. I was done after that. I also learned that a scientist apparently had a breakthrough study, and it makes you look 25 years younger if you are under the age of 64. Now
All the
they,
anti-aging stuff.
yeah,
I know about that crap.
you breathe in pure oxygen for a certain amount of time,
Oh, okay.
and then your cells and stuff react to it. Now, what I want to ask you guys, would you try that?
No, I'm black.
Wait, what? You breathe in oxygen?
Pure
then-
oxygen, like pure
I'm
oxygen.
good.
I know there's like oxygen facials and oxygen chambers and blah blah blah. So like it doesn't sound too foreign to me. Like yeah, why not?
I'm good.
Okay.
I mean, it's just oxygen.
Eat healthy, work out. I'm good. Stay young. That's how you look young. Easiest way.
This is the picture, by the way. They did a great job with this picture, because if this lady is 65, there's no way you have half her face looking like that. That's crazy.
It was also Photoshop.
No,
she
no,
has
I know.
zero
Yeah,
pores.
yeah. You see what I mean?
Oh wow.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like,
Yeah, that's
hey,
the future,
they're
man.
doing a lot,
That's the future.
and they need to cut it out.
That's the future, man.
Des, you were saying something before we started, and like, you got me a little shook. You were saying that like you found out that there's like two big cartoon characters that like everyone grew up with, that like they're what we knew their names to be are not actually their names or something like that. But,
Yes.
And like I freaked out because I'm like, it can't be like SpongeBob, right? And you're like, no. So what is it?
So there's somebody on Sesame Street, a lovable guy, weirdo but
Sesame
lovable,
Street.
and we call him by a name, but that's not his name.
Elmo?
No, he's a blue guy,
Cookie Monster.
the Cookie Monster.
That couldn't be his actual name.
So what is his name? Nobody cares, right? Because everyone just calls him Cookie Monster.
Poor thing.
Exactly. His name is Sid.
Aww.
Sid the Cookie Monster. And when I saw Sid, I'm like, that's the best they got. I'm gonna stick with Cookie Monster.
That's why they
right?
call him Cookie Monster.
Yeah, yeah. Because nobody wants to call him Sid.
Hey Sid.
No, Sid is a nice name, but it's like it doesn't suit him. at
No,
all.
not at all.
No name suits him at all, man. Look at him.
Also, Captain Crunch. His name is Horatio.
What is he? Japanese?
His last name is Crunch.
Oh, first of all,
Horatio.
And we're not even sure that he is the captain of the ship.
Clearly not.
he's a fraud. I
Yeah,
don't.
no.
I've,
Wait,
I've
what's his
never
name?
had Captain Crunch
Horatio?
cereal,
Horatio.
Horatio.
and I never will.
Yo, man, that guy was probably bombing Pearl Harbor, man. Shit. That's not his name.
And I was like, Horatio?
Really?
Really?
Captain Hubert?
Really?
Why Horatio?
Thank you.
Gives some dudes PTSD.
Listen, his parents are allowed to name him
No,
whatever they see fit. And his parents were obviously the creators of the cereal.
Probably didn't call him Horatio in the 40s because they want to give dudes PTSD.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Horatio.
We're just going to stick with Captain Crunch. But the fact that they said that, we're not sure that he's the captain, like...
No, because it's like, who gave him that title? He gave it to himself.
Yeah,
he killed
where's his
someone,
crew?
why.
Like, it's just him.
Killed it.
Yeah.
Horatio killed it,
He
man.
killed everybody and decided he's a captain.
Mental illness.
Yeah.
It's
definitely.
PTSD.
That's why I don't eat that cereal.
It's not bad.
Wait,
When was
Captain
Captain
Crunch. Is
Crunch
that
created?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Is it the same thing?
No.
No.
Not
Cinnamon
close.
Toast Crunch is the taste you can see.
It's the
Those are the little squares that eat each other.
With the diamond. Yeah.
Okay, I love those crunches.
Yeah, those are
Cute.
Cinnamon
I've never
Toast.
tried them though.
Yes,
Captain
you
Crunch.
have. You've had Cinnamon Crunch.
No.
Here?
No.
You haven't?
No.
Oh, I guess I'm saying.
I eat Fruit Loops.
Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes number
Everybody
one.
eats Frosted Flakes.
No, Frosted Flakes are the best cereal.
Oh, I thought you were
I
about to
ate
say
the-
no. I was about to slap
No, I
you.
eat the Flakes Frosted, man. I eat the no-name brand.
Oh God.
The no-name brand one is actually sugary or whatever.
Sugar.
Yeah,
We
has
want
more-
more.
has
We
more
want
sugar.
more.
No, Frosted Flakes are perfect. Like, they're
Perfect.
perfect.
Dry.
They're
with
great.
Yeah. That was good.
Okay, so listen, we talked about living in Toronto, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I know you hate when I do my Jersey accent. But Christmas is approaching. But
Woo!
but just like the Grinch, Miss Rona is here to ruin Christmas because we have just entered another 4-week lockdown. So that's gonna bring us like right to before Christmas.
Who's we?
We is in the city of Toronto.
he is not.
I'm not part of
Yeah,
you
he's not a
people.
part
Are you
of
in
the
Toronto right now?
I'm not part of you people. I don't live here anymore.
You live outside of Toronto, but you work in Toronto. You're recording this podcast in
That doesn't
Toronto.
affect me.
Anyways, so annoying. But you know what that means? Anyone who wants to do like not restricted things are gonna drive out there.
No,
That's
they're
what I
not,
said.
because they didn't before.
Right, that's where everywhere was locked down. Okay. Anyways, but I don't know if you guys know this, but because of COVID, literally the city, so Toronto is encouraging people. Get it? I said the last T that
Yeah, I
time.
heard that one.
They're encouraging people not to face each other during sex.
Yeah.
And they're
they've
also
mentioned that before.
they have, but like they're reinforcing it
And
now,
to
and
wear
they're
a mask.
saying not only to wear a mask, like they're encouraging to like get creative with the mask because nobody wants to wear a surgical mask unless you're doing like a doctor, nurse, patient, whatever
They're
role
pretty much
play.
telling people to do BDSM.
Right. So they're saying like do more doggy style, more reverse cowgirl, more 69.
That's what I mentioned like really early in the podcast.
No. They have said it before, like back in like the spring, I guess.
Yeah, just do those pictures. You don't have to look at the person.
But like now they're saying like like BDSM masks, ball and gags, and it's like weird that like a city would be encouraging that, but it's like maybe that community is
I'm with the shits.
yeah.
I'm with all that. I have a ball and gag at my house.
Weren't they at one point? I think like in the summer encouraging glory holes as well because
Yes,
there's no
yes.
contact. Like Canada's low key really freaky. The fact that our government is like, come on, doggy
We
style.
know you're gonna do it. Just
glory
go
holes.
ahead. We gave you the okay.
Ball and gag so you can't breathe on anyone. I don't know. Like
They tell people how to have sex, but they don't tell people how to stay healthy. That's annoying. They don't tell people, hey, this is what you do to keep your immune system strong, but we're gonna tell you to do reverse.
wear a
cowgirl.
mask, stay inside, doggy style. That's all we need to know. Wash your
Fucking
hands.
dumbass government, man.
And then on the trend of sex, Hugh Hefner, which is like he's a former owner
My guy.
of the Playboy Mansion, for those of you who may not know. He apparently used to pay his girlfriends $1,000 each a week, plus free rent. I guess he lived in the Playboy Mansion, and a clothing allowance in exchange for sex without a condom.
Lick my pee-pee.
No, not just that, like specifically without a condom.
Lick my...
Which I think that's good.
Well, my first instinct was like, that's not enough, in my opinion. But then I was like, oh, but like this is...
$50,000 a year.
No, but then I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to like... I'm thinking like, ew, I don't want to get knocked up. But I'm like, oh, but it's Hugh Hefner's baby. So like that kid is set for life,
Well,
worst case. And I'm sure they're like on birth control and stuff
Yeah,
too.
I'm pretty sure they're not even thinking about kid-wise. Because I know a lot of these women... There we go. I was trying to figure out what word you didn't like. I know a lot of these women are like people who were aspiring to be models and maybe didn't make it because of this or that. So he kind of took a lot of
I'm your
them
dad
and,
now.
I'm your daddy now.
Your dad wasn't around.
So that's how he came up with the whole
Now I'm
Playboy
your
thing.
dad.
The whole Playboy thing. And like when he passed away, I kind of was watching the news and then I'm like, let me Google it. And I Googled some stuff about him and I'm like, oh, he's a really perverted, great guy. Like what he's doing is like it's very nice. Like you give them somewhere to live. You know you're feeding them. You're giving them a career.
He was doing the bare minimum.
But you're still a
you
pervert.
want multiple women on your arm. You want them to be like at your beck and call. The
No
least
problem.
you can do is, and you have a big ass mansion. You're not gonna live in it on your
No
own.
problem.
You're an old decrepit man. I shouldn't call him decrepit.
He's dead.
Rest in peace. I know. What do you mean? It's still not nice to speak about the dead that way.
Dude's
But you know
dead.
what I mean? Like he was still a perv. Like, but he was like a lovable. Like you said, he was like
was a
lovable.
yeah, it's
because
okay.
like aside from his like perverted ways, he wasn't problematic, and he made sure like the girls were
We're
of
okay.
age. So like
they
he's
were
not a
taken
perv.
care of.
Or he's a perv, but he's not like a pedo. Like he was.
Yeah, they're in the magazines. You know that's.
And
that's
he did
him.
things in the open, so I think that's what made people.
Exactly.
Even if you didn't agree with it, he wasn't like a down low freak, so you
No.
could like judge. He was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, this is what I am." And you okay?
Yeah.
What happened?
I'm alive.
I hope so.
Jesus, that's the problem.
Yep.
Oh my god. But yeah, I think that's why like, people could wrap their minds around it, but. I don't know. I feel like for all of that, he could have sprung for a little more than $1,000 a week.
The fact that you're getting something, be happy.
But they have like
You're living there
They
for
have a
free,
job,
giving you clothes,
technically.
and you're getting paid.
No, $1,000 a week. It's not bad at all. Where was the Playboy Mansion
$1,000
located?
a week is actually a lot.
I would assume. That's what I'm saying. It's not bad.
No, that's a lot.
$4,000
That's
a month is a lot more than
yeah.
a lot of people make.
Exactly.
Do taxes come out of it? It would
I
have to
highly-
be.
You think so? I don't think
course.
so.
If
Of
he's
course they're
operating
gonna
like a
tax.
business, he would have to tax
Yeah,
it.
there's taxes.
But maybe he's not.
No, he's taxing it.
But then, depending on how many of them, like you can't gift more than like $10,000 without
And
being
then
audited.
You
And
have an allowance. You're in the magazine here and there, and it's not like say he's having sex with you every night. There's a whole bunch of other girls here,
And also,
so maybe
your clothes are getting paid for.
yeah, like that's actually a great
an allowance, which
Shit.
means up until a certain amount.
That's okay. Let me go. Not to his house. Like that was reverse. Yeah, never mind.
I mean, you can leave whenever you want.
Yeah,
I mean, who knows? Maybe it was a cult. We didn't know about it.
that'd be great.
But yeah,
I don't like this. I'm going.
I've had enough. Can I have my allowance for this week?
yeah,
though?
you can just drink the Kool-Aid first.
John Jones, let's go to Guyana.
My eye really hurts.
Your eye?
Yeah.
Your shotgun? Using it too much?
Do you feel like you can see better?
That is so crazy. Sorry, Joe. I feel like
No, that's that thing that like it's like an anime thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and I'm
I
about to
remember
touch
you
base
used
on it,
to-
too.
You used to wear
the contacts, right?
one red contact
Yeah.
sometimes.
That's the way to go, bro.
And it
So,
was so embarrassing.
The fact that you said that, I was telling a girl, like, my eye hurts, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, maybe it's activating my Sharingan powers. And she's like, what? And I was explaining to her about, like, Sasuke and stuff. And she's like, okay, the day that happens, like, I'll give you, like, $1,000. But I have the contacts, right? She doesn't know that. So one day I plan to just pop one in that eye. And then just, she'd be like, wait, what? And I'm like, yes, activated.
you think she would be that dumb? To
No,
believe
no,
that?
she wouldn't. She'd be like, take that shit out of your eye. Like, it'll make me feel good.
permanent.
But my theory about my eye, right? So my right eye has actually been hurting, like, and it's I don't want to say the pain, because it's not. The pain is getting worse and worse, and I blame it on No Nut November.
See, but not masturbating. It's supposed to make your eyesight
I
better.
know, but I feel like it's not doing that for me. Because
How is your eyesight?
No, I can see perfectly
Eat some
fine.
carrots, bro. It's good for your eyes.
But it's just that's a myth. Trust me. But like it's just like not a
I
sharp
don't think
pain.
it's a myth. I just don't think it's as like as you would, the amount of carrots you would need to eat. Is just,
Oh, I ate like crazy when I first heard that in grade 7, grade 8. Mom, can we buy more carrots? I love carrots. I'm also brain
you
like
could also
crazy.
tint your skin orange by eating too many carrots.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
yeah.
Sucks with those white people.
Excuse me.
But yeah, so I almost I don't want to say failed, but I almost gave in to temptation one night, a couple nights ago. Maybe it was Saturday night, I think it was. I was laying down in bed and
What,
I'm like
masturbation
yeah.
temptation? Okay.
And I'm like, November's almost over. Like, who cares?
only
Like,
like a week left.
I did it. So I went on my phone and I went on my websites, but I didn't watch anything per se, but I put a couple tabs to the side. And as I'm doing that, I'm just like, no, Des, you're better than this. You're better than this. Week left. I mean, I saw the video, my paper was hard. Like a hard H, capital hard,
capital phlegm, capital.
But I didn't do it, and I'm not too happy about it because, like I said, I haven't been sleeping well all of November. Like my eye hurts. Like I don't know how people do this.
Yeah, I feel like your eye is not related to your penis.
I feel like it is.
Yeah,
do some push-ups, man.
Hugh, that's your advice for everything.
That's a good advice.
Someone's like, I'm having trouble paying my rent. COVID is, I lost my job. Do some push-ups. Go for a walk.
I'd just be like, you're fucked, bud. I'm sorry. Can't help you there.
Go for a walk and brainstorm some new job ideas.
Could help.
Go for a walk and work out. That's Hugh's advice for everything.
Helps out a lot.
But like even at work, I try to be as busy as possible. So when I get home, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so tired. I put my phone down, put my phone on silent, play my usual music. Tossing, turning. Look at the clock. 2 hours passed, and I slept maybe 20 minutes.
I'm starting to take red ginseng, which is not the smartest thing. It's like good for energy and shit. But I was like, oh shit, that's for your dick too.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'll live.
Did you start over? Or you're just
I told myself, I told myself this is not gonna be just a November thing. It's gonna be forever thing. Same thing with the weed. It's gonna be forever thing. Where I'll always take periods where I'll just stop. And then alcohol, I've honestly contemplated just quitting alcohol. I've been contemplating quitting alcohol for years. But I find that the only reason why I continue to do it is more from social pressure. Because I feel like alcohol is the only drug where if you say you don't want to do it, you get pushback from it. Yeah. But if you say any other drug, people are like, oh.
Good for you, buddy.
Yeah, but alcohol is the only one where you get pushback, which I never understand. Well, I understand. Well, I know I don't understand. I actually don't.
It's funny because when people used to, like, I'll be at a party and I'll, like, let's say I see a girl. I'm like, oh, like, what are you drinking? She's like, oh, no, I don't drink. And I'm like, good for you because I drink and I'm fucked up right now. You don't want to be where I am. Good for you.
Because I had a friend, she never, and she was Serbian too. Was she Serbian? Yeah, she was Serbian. So you think vodka and all that shit, right? She's never drank before. Never drank once in her life. And you would think that because she clubs all the time. So you think that she would, but she's like, no, never. And I was like, really? And then I asked her, like, why? And she's like, I don't care for it. And I'm like,
that's good.
Good for you. Good for you. You do not drink.
Joe, do you drink?
I mean, we've literally had a podcast where you are drinking wine.
You alcoholic.
What?
Wow.
I said you and I. Yeah, I mean, my only, 2 cents on that is I think if you, Hugh, or anybody listening, don't want to drink, you don't have to. I think, though, because you're saying you're on the fence, even when it comes to, smoking weed, I think it's easier if you say, if I don't feel like it right now, I won't do it, rather than being like, oh, I need to quit it for the rest of my life. I feel like...
No, I'm not doing that.
Well, you just said you're thinking
alcohol, yeah. With weed, no.
Yeah.
Right, but then you've told me out of your mouth that you enjoy red wine, especially with a nice meal. That's what I'm saying.
But not the next day.
Well, I guess it depends on how much you have. Well, either way,
that's what I realized. I realized over the years my hangovers get worse, and then after.
Well, yeah, that's your metabolism and your age. Yeah, that's gonna happen.
And I realize when I'm hungover, I'm depressed. So I'm just like, what am I losing? Am I really losing anything? Not really. So.
Yeah, well, that was my only 2 cents. I mean, do you? But I think that sometimes
people do him.
I think people put pressure on themselves, and it's just you don't have to make a decision for the rest of your life. You can make a decision for right now in the present, and if you choose not to do something, then that's great. And if you choose to do it tomorrow, that doesn't make you a failure or
You can say no.
Right. It's your life. You can choose to drink. You can go 5 years without drinking and then be like, yeah, you know what? I want to celebrate and I want to do a couple shots and hang out with my friend. Yeah. Hangovers suck. And the older you get, that's just what happens. But do you for everyone. And I mean, I can't really speak to the effects of marijuana or what was the other thing you're quitting? Masturbation?
I didn't say I was going to quit. It's something I'll probably
periodically take breaks.
Just take breaks
I can't speak to those effects, but it goes the same. If you feel like
I can. Your eye will hurt.
Okay. Let's get
ready to rumble.
A listener submitted question. And again, if you in the future want to submit a question,
or in the present,
Well, it would be the future from when I'm saying it, but you're right. If you, at any point listening, want to submit a question or a story, go to thissquareroom.com/ask. Okay, so this is from someone who is going to remain anonymous. And it's a few parts, so I'm going to read it all, and then we'll go back and, like, you know, go through it. So they said, "Hey guys, love the podcast. I listen every week.
Oh my God, thank you.
Trying to stump Hugh on a would you rather, so I'm trying to think of things that are important to him. So we have 3 would you rathers for Hugh, and then a couple other things. So I'm just gonna read. Actually, you know what?
Read Hughes first.
No, I'm gonna actually save Hughes for last because
Okay.
I took a peek at these questions, and I think that this is gonna be the closest to stumping him. So I want to like save the best for last.
Now I feel like you guys are wrong. Look at his face. He's like
Like,
you guys got nothing.
He's like, I have no emotion. Okay, so this, I'm going to skip that. So the next part says, also, I'm curious how many people Des has been in a relationship with. Also, how does Jonel deal with Hugh and Des every week? Joking, but like, not really.
Not really joking, right? Yeah, that's a good question.
I mean,
Joe, you can go first.
yeah, my part, let me just tell you guys, barely. That's all I can really...
She's
Say.
hanging on.
You guys hear the struggle. It's a slow climb for me. But, you know, I love them. Ugh.
How many people have I been in a relationship with, right? Okay.
With.
What did I say?
With.
Rith?
I know.
Wow. If we're going from like, I don't know if you guys count grade school, but I guess
If you count it, then it counts.
Like, was it significant to you?
All of them are significant
Yeah,
to
so
me.
Yeah,
it
but
counts
like,
to you, it counts.
not when you're like,
You can't say 13 because remember I had Kaden at 15.
I was gonna say 3. That was the
Oh.
I'm like, you know, when you have like your little girlfriend when you're
Okay,
like in grade
so
1 or kindergarten, I don't think that counts.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, I thought it'd be more.
We can say 6, but it wasn't like an official relationship. It was just like just the two of us really like always together type of thing. But yeah, we will go with 6. I'll count it because I think she counts it, right? So I mean, I don't want to be disrespectful about it. So 6.
I think that not just people who listen to the podcast, people in real life assume that you've been in more because you are kind of a...
Oh, I was in
Whore!
relations.
Yes.
I was in relations. Okay, now let me tell you guys my
right.
theory,
You
right?
like relations, not relationships.
Yeah, it's not that I'm a whore. I'm not saying I am or I'm
It's
not.
not that you're not a whore either.
What I mean, like, I tell this to people, and some girl told me I was manipulative, and I didn't believe her because that's a very aggressive word to me. However, when you take a step back and you look at certain situations, I can understand where she's coming from. So in my brain, I'm a good friend. I'm a great friend. I think I'm a good friend sometimes.
I think you have potential to be
Yeah,
a wonderful friend,
Thank
but you know,
Sometimes-
there's
yeah,
times when you
yeah.
totally drop the ball, like when you didn't call me for weeks.
Yeah. So to me, like, girls are very, very, well, the ones that I know are very picky. Not picky, but they don't just sleep with just anybody. So now, me and you are friends. You want to, get the shebang bang, but you don't want an asshole guy who's going to break your heart and tell you all these lies. Then you can have Des, who you can do a little with.
Who ends up breaking your heart and telling you
No,
all these lies.
he doesn't end up breaking your heart. You guys just move on like nothing happened. And to me, like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like,
There's nothing wrong with
if
that.
you want a little 1-2, I'm here for your 1-2, and then we'll move on and carry on with life, and nobody will know different. And that's that. So the stories you hear, like, these aren't relationships. These are like, hey, Des, my pipe is broken. I need my pipe fixed. No problem. Plumber Des on the job.
I feel like tubes would make more sense.
Tubes?
Yeah.
Yeah, but tubes just sound so scary. Come fix my tubes.
Fix my tubes, boy.
Oh.
No, that sounds
They're
like...
leaking.
No,
Fill them
like
up.
women talk about like getting their tubes tied, so it's not really literally
My tubes
like fallopian tubes.
I need
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
some
of.
caulking glue.
But
Fill up my tube
I've only
holes.
been in call it six relationships.
So would you say that like you've been in relations where you're saying you would not consider yourself manipulative?
No. Now I understand what she's trying to say. because.
But that you're actually being very political. You didn't answer my question. I said, would you consider yourself in certain relation situations to be manipulative? And you said, now you understand what she's saying, but that's not a yes or no. Do you consider it?
Do I consider myself as a manipulative person?
In those relation situations?
I will say no, simply because to me, I'm not trying to manipulate anybody. It's like if Hugh has an idea but is unsure of his idea, if I talk him into the idea, I'm not manipulating him.
Manipulator.
He was just nervous about, performing. I didn't manipulate him to perform.
I didn't want to
I was
perform.
just pulling the best out of him.
You pushed me.
Or even like he wants to learn how to skateboard. And
really
I'm telling
want
him
to.
all the great things about skateboarding, and I'm showing him how positive it is, and he skateboards. It's like I didn't manipulate him to skateboard. He wanted to.
Sounds
and
like I'm hearing a different story over there. Okay, Hugh, let me ask you, what do you think about like what you know about Des, what he's talked about on the podcast, and like
I think he's manipulative. No.
with his relations?
No, I don't think he's manipulative. It seems like he's pretty straight to the point.
Like I said, I can understand why she would be like, okay, you're a very manipulative person. And I don't think I am. It's just
You're not.
I know what words I'm using and what I'm saying. So if you're confused about what I'm saying and you feel like, okay, let me do this because Des said to do it, then of course you're going to be like, okay, you manipulated me. However, you don't have to do what I say.
I think that there are ways to manipulate someone without straight up lying to them. Mm-hmm. And I think that you've found
Mastered
all
it.
of those ways. Right. Because I think when we think of someone who's manipulative, like you said, you gave the example of like, oh, if Hugh talks about skateboarding, if he talks about skateboarding and you kind of talk him into it, but it was his idea.
Yeah.
Like,
It wasn't.
but what if, like, I'm not, not really talking about stuff like that. It's like situations where, and like, you can let me know if I'm like exposing too much, but like,
I can give you a scenario if you don't.
well, sure, but I was just going to say like what I think of, because you're not a manipulative person. You're not a malicious person. You don't even really lie that much right now in your life. Like, I don't think you do. But I think because you use the guise of like, oh, but I'm honest. Oh, but I told her what it is. But like your actions, it's like when you tell someone, oh, like we're just a friend, but your actions tell them, oh, but like I want more. That is a form of manipulation.
No, it's not.
when you are knowingly leading them on with your actions and then being like, oh, but we're just friends. Oh, she knows that we're just friends, so it's cool. It's like, actions speak louder than words, and although your words say something, your actions say another. So because of that confusion, it can be misconstrued as manipulative, although you're not gonna straight up go to someone and convince them of something or plant lies and plant seeds. Like, that's not you. But actions can mislead.
See, even the actions speak louder than words theory. I don't agree with that, simply because now if you want my actions to match my word, now I'm another asshole guy. I'm not a friend that, you can come to and da-da-da. Because most guys, I don't care about your problem. We're not, we're just sleeping together. That's it. Don't come to me about your everyday life problems. So the fact that I take that extra step to care about your everyday life problems, like, that is just me as a friend. The fact that, we might sleep
so then
together.
Why can't it just stay friends, though? Why cross that boundary of sleeping with someone
because it's
knowing
in their
that
mind.
They would have feelings for you? Or even if when you first sleep with them, there's no feelings. If they reveal to you that there are feelings
then
developing,
we should stop.
But then why? What if, like, why continue?
That's why I wouldn't do what you do, man.
Pardon?
That's why I wouldn't do what you do. If I was fucking, I would just fuck and leave it at that. Like,
see, that's what I mean. So that's one of the asshole guys, right?
I feel like this. I feel more comfortable doing that.
Everything was cool before, and now you get some nani, and now you don't want me to talk to you.
Neither one is great, but there
really?
is...
I feel like mine is great.
No. Yours is good.
You can talk to me, but like,
it's
don't
like
expect
there's the
anything.
friendship, so you don't feel like you're being manipulated. But at least with this guy, which is like the Hugh's view, I know what he wants out of it. I know what it will be or what it won't be, and like, I may not like it, but he's not leaving any room. No, I'm saying I may not like it in the sense of like, maybe I want something more, but you're not leaving any room for me to be confused. Whereas you're saying the same thing that this guy is saying, but you're acting like you are
like
my boyfriend. You are acting like you are in love with me. You're acting like a friend, a lover, a homie. You're acting like everything. So it's like, it's hard for me to not fall in love with you when it's like,
because I'm a great guy.
Right, but you're acting like my best friend. You're acting like my boyfriend.
I'm
We're
great.
having sex. I'm I'm also having deep
it's
talks
great.
with you because
No,
I'm also
keep
having
going.
I know, I'm just disgusted. I'm also having like deep talks with you because again, we are friends, and it's like how can but
that's not on me because I told you where my mind is at. It's like when you're
that
talking
is a
to a guy.
selfish way of
no,
looking
but
at
listen,
it.
it's like
you
when
can't
you're talking,
say it's not on you when
it's
you
not.
know how the girl is feeling.
That's-
It's common courtesy. Remember a couple weeks ago we were talking about a viewer submitted a question and it was about how she was in love with her best friend and she wanted to figure out what.
Oh, it was a girl. That was a guy.
I think it was a girl. I honestly can't remember. Either way,
We
right?
never said. We just assumed.
Yeah, I'm just saying she, but either way. But I remember you and I were kind of on the same page with things, and Hugh was like, "Oh, well, just tell him, and if the friendship is ruined, the friendship is ruined." And we're like, "Yeah, but like this person doesn't want to ruin the friendship; they want to figure it out." And we were both going at Hugh and being like, "Hugh-Gene, like that's what you're saying is it's not wrong, but it's not nice. Like that's not what a nice person would do. They would be considerate of." All situations and try to like salvage everything. So what you're doing, being like, oh yeah, but like these girls, like they know how I feel. Like they, like any girl who talks to me knows I don't want to be in a relationship. Yeah, you put it out there, so it's not wrong because you do put it out there. But it's not nice knowing that they have developed feelings and you are playing into that. You know what I mean? It's not wrong. You're not wrong, but it's not nice.
I hear what you're saying, right?
You're fucking a girl that knows what she wants.
Nobody knows what they want.
Just don't fuck these.
Well, I don't want to say
Fuck a
sorry.
woman over 30.
Shit, because all they want,
over
all
35.
they want is that.
Do that. That's when they're in the
Oh
prime.
no! A recent divorcee, like she doesn't want anything serious, like that. That's where you need to be, and I'm dead serious.
No, fuck older bitches then.
I need to.
Fuck bitches get money.
You see what I'm saying?
Sorry, it's like the way he said it reminded me
Stay
of
from these young broken bastards and go for these fucking older ladies, man.
No,
Not
like,
being
Don't
don't
call
That's
them
not-
broken
that's
because
not
I
the-
think we're all broken and we're all learning.
It's a joke.
that's
but-
not the problem for me. For me, like even if they're older, right? You're not gonna just call me when you want to have sex. Try again. I'm a person too. I am a person and I have feelings.
Bye.
Ask me about my day. Ask me how work is going. Talk to me. You don't talk to me
When am I
anymore.
gonna talk to you? In between you beating your meat and watching porn? Get
Yeah.
out of here. Get out of
Can I
here.
get my with my brothers?
Yes, I just realized how far off we strayed from this question. So I answered my part. Des, you said 6
Yeah,
relationships. Okay, so Hugh, we got 3 would you rathers, and this person is trying to stump you.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. Let's go.
Number 1, would you rather become a vegan for life or never work out again?
I never work out again. Why the fuck would I want to be a vegan?
You answered
I'm
that
a man.
so fast.
I told you it's
Fuck
not
would I
gonna
wanna
stump
be a
him.
vegan?
As soon as I
You know
heard
how
the
much
question,
work it
I'm
is to
like,
be a fucking vegan? Fuck being a vegan.
I thought
Fuck
you
would I
would
want to do that?
Yeah, but because like you love working out. And
Yeah,
everything,
I also love meat. I'm not gonna be a fucking vegan.
I thought you'd at least like hesitate to.
Fuck no!
he
I don't-
likes
Once
meat.
you said vegan, I'd rather be anything than a fucking vegan. The fuck I want to be a vegan
rather be
for?
dead.
Yeah, I'd rather be dead. I will be dead if I become a vegan. Fuck that.
You go on like a hunger strike and just kill yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need a leg from a person before I become a fucking vegan. Fuck off. Being a vegan is a fucking
He's so
privilege
offended.
anyways.
He's so offended.
It is. Being a vegan in the West is a privilege. You have to be rich to be a vegan. You have to have money and time. A lot of time.
A lot of time.
I feel like this question low-key upset you just at the fact that this
No, I
person
just fucking can't
would
stand
even
vegans.
suggest veganism.
Get out of here, man.
It's like,
Steaks
how
all
dare
day,
you
bro.
suggest?
Steak, deer, elk, all that shit.
Realistically, yeah, you're talking to the guy who went on a carnivore
Exactly,
diet.
yeah.
He would rather eat meat and have like meaty burps and like watery shits than eat a salad for 7 days in a
Blow
row.
up the toilet, man. And fucking be a vegan.
Okay, so that was the first one.
Yeah, it didn't stump me.
Okay,
Keep chopping.
There's 2 more. Would you rather have hunting become illegal worldwide or lose your license forever?
Wow.
Oh, you
I
have to
would
think
say,
about it.
This is the first
I'd say hunting worldwide. And lose my license.
Illegal? Yeah,
I could-
because
I
you
could
love the idea of hunting, but you also are a
I could
huge
live.
car guy. Yeah.
I could live without that.
Wow, but you have to think about
Because
it a little bit.
because if I lose my license, I can't hunt. How am I gonna get to the forest?
Okay, you could get a ride. Come on, relax.
I'm not gonna depend on people.
You could.
You live in the forest.
Yeah.
I'm not that, but not close enough to where I can like regularly get a deer. Maybe a turkey.
So you do a hiking trip out until, wherever you get to.
Yeah, I can live without hunting.
Yeah, I feel like if I were to choose an answer for you, I think that's the one I would choose. Like, I would assume that you would pick the license thing.
I would have said pick license, right? Because he wants to live, like, in the middle of nowhere with trees and forests.
I do, yeah.
And nature. So in my head, you can't hunt then.
If it was right now, license. I would rather keep my license. If I was having my dream land, then I would get rid of my license and stick with hunting. But as my life right now, I would keep my license.
Yeah.
Okay, so the last one is...
It didn't stump me down.
I mean, but
they gave you an We've never had
an
We've never had an
chip
before.
Out of the tree.
No. I admit you weren't stumped, but an
is good enough.
You can't break me, bitches.
They didn't break you, but like just the slight wavering because Mikey's questions didn't do that. This first question didn't do that.
No, that's how I think about this one.
Your mom or your dad? Save my dad.
Yeah, I think actually you cackled at that one too.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is horrible.
Have you not heard Kevin Hart's joke? Everyone's dad's cooler than their mom.
Not everyone.
Read the room, Hugh-Gene.
Yeah, I'm looking at.
I know.
We don't have
Did you have a stepdad?
Yeah.
So
did
you
you not hear my stories of my torture?
He would still pick his mom. Or did you not listen to his?
Why? Because he's a step.
Eating out the garbage.
No. Yeah. Did you not hear?
Some people's dads do that.
To be fair, you low-key exposed yourself because you didn't want to say which parent when you said the eating out of the granola.
Oh, you're right.
But
fucked up.
But I feel like we should know, right?
It was kind of obvious. Yeah.
All right, give me the last one. Maybe I'll stumble a little more.
Right. Last but not least, and it's ironic that we were just talking about your disdain for alcohol.
No.
This one is, would you rather have to drink a liter of rum every day or however much wouldn't kill you, like the maximum amount that wouldn't kill you, or get a sex change? And this person said they're nervous about your answer.
Would I rather drink?
So I'll read it again. Would you rather drink a liter of rum a day, assuming it wouldn't kill you, or get a sex change?
I'll get a sex change, man. Oh, fuck it. Who cares, man? Fuck it.
Well, he didn't waver.
I'll get a sex change, man. I don't want to drink rum all day.
But
every
you
day.
know what?
I don't want to be drunk like that.
But it's not.
Technology's getting better and better. I want to be sexy as fuck. I'll be getting all the dick.
Not with that manly attitude of yours.
Dudes like aggression, man.
First of all, just
I'll be like, hey, give me that dick.
First of all, you like women right now.
Whatever, I'll switch.
But I'm saying just because you have a sex change
doesn't mean you have to switch. You can still like women. You would just be a lesbian.
Yeah, but women are boring, so I'll switch it up.
Excuse me.
That was funny.
I don't want to bump cunts all my life. I'll switch it up. Yeah,
they have toys.
Scared.
They have toys.
Right. A double-ended
dildo.
dildo.
If I'm gonna fucking cut my dick in half and push it up and turn it into a vagina, I'm gonna get the full experience of having a fucking vagina.
I don't know if that one's necessarily scientifically accurate.
It's not.
They put this on South. They literally have an episode on South Park where Mr. Garrison.
South Park.
When Mr.
You're
Garrison,
using South Park.
They literally showed an actual video, like a real life video of what happens when they do a sex change. It's a South Park episode. They literally cut your dick like like you cut a hot dog like that.
Yeah, like
that's what they do with your dick.
They
literally
sausage.
just go whoop, and then your balls become your scrotum becomes the lips. And then your dickhead becomes the clit.
You know what? I can't argue with South Park, like you said.
You can find the episode.
Yeah. So
you probably find it on YouTube.
That's the question.
You didn't stump me, bitch. You got a chip. That's it.
You gotta and you know what?
We'll take the
That deserves a little something.
No.
Because so many people.
No.
Me and Des say that this person did good.
Yeah. 2 out of 3, they get it.
I like these questions. They're good.
Were these not good for Hugh?
Step it up, Mike.
Leave Mike. And he never said you could call him Mike.
Yeah.
He said call him Mikey. Like, who are you?
Step it up.
For all you know, he like hates being called Mike.
I'm
like, fucking don't call me that.
Every time you call him that, he's like, you little hunting bitch.
Wait till I find you.
I'll chase you like I chased her.
He's like, wait till the borders open.
Like, I'll hunt you like my sisters.
I can't understand you between the lines.
That's okay. Don't worry. It's better you know.
Okay. I agree. Okay, Hugh, you were saying something before we started recording, and I'm really curious as to where you're going with it. You were saying something about, like, who's better at making friends, guys or girls?
Oh, yeah.
I was like, did you not?
Yeah, who do you guys think is better at making friends, guys or girls? Like,
there's nothing else.
I don't know. Like, for
that?
me, I think guys are better at it.
You're sick.
At friendships in general.
No.
I don't know. I think that because I think out of my whole, I know more guys that have friendships that have lasted like their whole.
You said making friends, not keeping.
Making friends.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Fucking.
Girls are for sure better at making friends.
If it's making friends, but if I think like real friends, I think guys.
It doesn't take us long to make friendships, especially two drunk girls. Like, all you have to do is say your outfit looks so nice and like, I want you to be my bridesmaid.
Okay, let me change it. Real friends. Like actually.
No, but here's the thing. But that's how you start like conversations, and then like you get to know. Right, but you have to start somewhere. Damn.
I don't know.
What am I gonna meet someone on the street and automatically like have a lifelong friendship? No, you gotta build it, that's right? That's you?
My UK people.
Oh my god.
Hello.
I don't even know their real names.
My name's Jeffrey and Harry and Claudia.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Are those British names in your opinion?
I fucking care about their names.
But you just
You just named them, right?
Baked beans and bread ass. Yo, British people have the worst breakfast. Now that I think about British food is garbage.
I've never tried an English breakfast.
Don't need to try it. It's just baked beans and toast.
Want some baked beans and toast and sausages?
They also have that like pork's blood thing.
You want some pork? You want some blood pudding?
Oh yes,
you want some blood pudding with some sausages and baked beans and fucking toast?
Did you hear that?
No, I didn't know this. So now I'm taking all this in, right? And I'm trying to remember it so that as soon as I leave this square room,
that's a
I'm gonna call my UK people and be like, "You guys eat blood?"
Yeah, they eat.
It's like a pudding. It almost has like
red.
the consistency of like black cake, but it's like a pork's blood pudding type of thing.
Blood pudding.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, British breakfast isn't pretty bland.
But I'm gonna assume, Joe, that means you're on the same page to say females, women.
I definitely think women make friends easier
And keep them.
No. I mean like real friendships.
Yeah.
Like for me, like I would say if I I'm talking about like diehard friends.
First of all, Hugh, a couple episodes.
How you gonna ask me and then cut me off and then start talking to Hugh?
Sorry, because he
you're
said
like Joe, so I'm assuming you say, and I'm like but and then you're like, but Hugh-Gene.
No, because he said something, right?
To the person who submitted this question, this is what I have to deal with, just so you know. So like, yeah, this is how my day's going. Thank you.
He said diehard friends, right?
Uh-huh.
And a couple episodes ago, we were talking about friendship and how your friendship is not friendship because you're just like, fuck them. Who cares? They're not your friend. Fuck it. If they get mad, they don't want to be your friend. Fuck it. Yeah. Fuck them.
Need more context.
King of the
hypocrites. It's the same thing that Joe was saying like a couple minutes ago, actually.
What?
That episode, we were talking about if that person, doesn't want to do this anymore or whatever. You're like, if they're not your friend, like if they want to end the friendship, who gives a fuck? And I'm like, what about your friends? You're like, yeah, if they don't want to be my friend, fuck it. I don't care. That's not a good friend.
No, I care. But in the long run, I'll live.
Why'd your voice get so soft?
I care, but in the long run, I'll be fine. No, because my friends I'll die for my friends. I'm talking about those kind of friends. I have maybe 3.
No.
But if my friendship ended with those guys, I would suck in the short term. But in the long term, I'm gonna be fine. I know I'll be fine.
Those aren't your real friends.
No, I'll be fine. And when I'm 80 years old, I'll live.
I will not be fine.
I'll be fine. In the long term, I'll be like, you know what, this sucks, but I remember the good things that we had, but I'm going to have to move on. I'm going to have to live my life.
Or Kadeem decided they never want to talk to me again, my life is over.
No, you just pull one of those crazy earphones like, okay, so see you tomorrow?
Yeah, like, I'll be here. Like, I'm here.
If my friends don't, I'll be dead ass sad. But in the long run, I know I'll live.
And you consider that diehard?
Yeah, I'll die for them. No hesitation.
Joe, your 3 amigos.
Oh, sorry, you're speaking to me again? Oh, can I say what I was going to say before? If we're talking between men and women, who I feel... I think women just make friends easier. Not that men don't, but I think... I mean, obviously, I'm biased, right? I'm a woman. I'm going to say that women can keep friends longer. I know where you're coming from, Hugh, because you're saying that, like, women... There's a lot of, like, pettiness and there's a lot of like gossipiness.
I tend to hear more women complaining about shitty friends than I ever hear about guys. I never hear guys complain about their friends.
For sure. It happens with men. I've heard it before.
Me too.
Right. But I think we tend to hear a lot more from women.
Because they're more open about it.
Right. And women are more emotional than men, which is why I think we make friends easier because we connect emotionally. And that's why we're like, oh my God. Even though you think it's like, oh, they just met. Like Steph, the girl that I met like a year ago. I met her and it's like you talk about some things and you meet someone and it's like, oh my God, like I actually really like this person, and then you continue to get to know them and like you grow a wonderful friendship.
More, yeah.
And like post COVID, like we plan on like traveling and like going places and like, you know what I mean? It starts off with just a few little things, but because women tend to connect on more emotional levels, I think that's why it's easier for us to connect right off at the bat. Whereas men, they're kind of like, yo, sup, dude? Okay. And they're just like, oh yeah, he's cool. But you're not like, oh yeah, this is a friend. Like it takes men a little longer. It's not a bad thing. It's either, you know, it just kind of is what it is typically. Obviously, there is exceptions to every rule, but that's kind of what I've seen. Now, because of that same exception, I think that women tend to, if you're talking about like longevity of like friend, what word did you use? Real friends. I know for me, some of the most thoughtful things that have been done for me, like friendship wise or even relationship wise, have been by some of my female friends. Because when they are good friends, like, you know, like there's no one like your girl who will like make you feel good and uplifted and just loved. Not saying I do also have male friends who do that for me, but there's just, because women are more emotional, they think more emotionally and more, you know, like the little things, right? And like the little things go a long way. They go a long way in your friendships, in your relationships. And was that like a sexual joke?
Yeah, I thought about a penis.
Stupid. I was like, why are you laughing? No, but you know what I mean? And it's not a bad thing, but that's why my answer is women. Because yes, women typically can be petty, they can be gossipy, but men can too. Like Des said, the reason you hear about it more is because women, we talk about it, we share it more, we're more open about it, but that doesn't mean that I know a lot of men who can be real petty. Des can be petty when he wants to be.
Oh,
He
you don't even
admits it.
understand.
Yeah.
I am beyond petty.
Yeah, so, but like, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Like, men can make good friends and make good friendships and good connections, but I'm obviously a little bit biased, but I think women in general, we're more emotional, and although that can make, when we have a friend breakup, it can make it really nasty. When you have a real friendship, it can make it really amazing.
Yeah. It's like Hugh, like you can have a friend who, you know, me and Joe think that, you know, you guys are really good friends because you always talk about this guy, blah, blah, blah. And something can happen and we'll be like, oh, how's Joseph? And you're like, fuck that guy. Like, I don't even talk to him no more. And you're like, oh, what happened? Nah, fuck it. Like, I don't even want to talk about it. And then that's that. So that amazing friendship just ended, but because you're a guy, you don't talk about it. As a female, they'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe, you know, Sarah did this and da-da-da-da. And you're like, hey, that's obviously not your friend if you're going to be bitching about it like this. But they were really good friends the same way you and that guy were. But as guys, we're just like, yo, honestly, he doesn't want to talk to me. He doesn't want to talk to me. Fuck it. I don't care.
No, I'll talk to my real friends. If I have a problem.
I'm still convinced you don't have real friends based off of you saying if.
No, I'm just practical. I know in life you're gonna lose friends and you're gonna make new friends. But if I lost if I lost my best friend, I'm gonna be sad about it.
No.
And I speak from experience too.
There's no losing.
But like it's like I had to actually dump a best friend. One of my first friends, I had to dump him. I had a friend, which is like I think the worst thing ever. Mm-hmm. Even thinking about it makes me emotional. But I know in the long run, I'm fine. I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna have to get over it.
See, I don't like that because in my brain,
I don't like it. I hate it, but I have to get over it. I still think about the guy, but I'm gonna move on with my life.
In my brain, that person wasn't like a real diehard friend.
No,
then.
He was diehard, but we had to cut him off because he did some egregious shit.
See, I don't know. Like when I was 17, me and Jade and I got into an argument, and for those of you who don't know, Jade, like we're cousins. We're just really close. The three of us, me, Jade, and Kadeem. So me and Jade got into what I thought was a small argument, and he's just like, you know what? Don't talk to me no more, and hung up the phone. I've never heard him say that to me in my life. So now I call him back. Like, first of all, don't hang up the phone on me. My number was blocked. When I tell you, I wanted to bawl my eyes out. Actually, I'm pretty sure I did cry, actually, because from my memory of this, I called a girl we both knew, and I'm like, Jay doesn't want to talk to me no more. And I left him a voice note and a voicemail and everything. Mm-hmm. And like, for months, we didn't talk. And those months, like, you know in movies where the girl has a breakup, and like, you're seeing the seasons change. And
like a montage. You had your own montage.
Yeah, mm-hmm. It was crazy. And like, from that day on, that's when I realized, like, I cannot not speak to these two. because they are so much a part of my life that if they left, I wouldn't know what to do. And I had this conversation at work, and I said, if my mom passed away, that would be hard for me to register. So I don't think I would cry right away. You know, maybe at the funeral when everyone's crying, maybe when it really hits. But right away, I can't even feel it. There's one day I was sitting on the bus, and I'm like, man, what if Jay died? And I just started tearing up just thinking about it. Like, I can't fathom certain things. So to me, even if, let's say, one of them moved away to another country or whatever, that friendship would still be there.
Oh yeah, my friends move away, I'll still go.
I know, but the fact that you don't talk to that one based off of some fucked up shit that they did, like I can't see anything. They could, God forbid, kill Caden. I would be upset that Caden is dead.
Okay, you lost me there.
No, I know.
They kill your son?
No. We had this when we were
Shut
talking
the
about
hell up. Unconditional love. Yeah, but it's stupid.
And I still can't see it.
I'm
can't
sorry.
see it. That's okay.
If Kadeem killed
That's
your son,
yeah.
like I was Des,
No,
I'm like
I hear
cheering you on the
I
whole
hear you,
time,
but
and then you said that, and I was like,
I can't. Like my brain can't even register it.
And I mean, to each his own. Like, I'm not gonna judge, but I 100% feel you. I think you were alluding to my 3 really close friends.
Yeah, definitely.
We've talked about them before on the podcast. For those of you who maybe are like old time listeners, we're talking about my friend Janelle, my friend Joey, and my friend Leandra. And like, I totally agree with you. And it's funny because in high school, like there was a thing with the group where like we didn't talk for, I don't know, I want to say from like Christmas until like right before like prom. So like several
5,
months.
Yeah.
Right. And it was tough. And it's like, I'm the type of person who's a social butterfly. So it's not like I had no one to talk to, no one to hang out with, but like it just wasn't the same. And obviously we've moved on from that and like it brought us closer. But it's like at this point in my life, it's almost hard to imagine your life without certain
them,
people because like they have become not just my best friends, but they are also my family. They are my brother and sisters. And Jonel and Joey live literally across the country in Vancouver. So it's like the whole like, oh, they could move somewhere else. Yeah, they've been there for, I don't know, maybe like 5 years. I don't know. It's been a while.
It's been a long time.
I know. They're coming back next year. Woo woo.
To me.
But it's like, you know, even though there's distance, it's obviously different. Like I don't see them as much as I used to. But like honestly, in my opinion, like the friendship hasn't changed.
Nothing at all.
It's almost like I feel like if I do see them, obviously, you know, you give them a hug, but like
it's gonna be so weird.
No,
like,
it's
you're
not
in my face. Hey, pen pal.
No. I'm saying like it almost won't feel any different because like I feel so close to them, even though they are on the other side of the country. It's like, oh hey, you're here now. That's great. So we can hang out in person. But like, I almost feel like they are here because like how close we are. Like anything big that happens, I talk to them. Anything like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. There was a point in time where I was in Toronto by myself because Kadeem was gone to Regina for school and Jade was in California. And I think that was the period of time because Jade left first. He went to New Mexico, but we spoke all the time. He wasn't supposed to be.
Right. I didn't know Jade went to California. I remember.
Yeah.
I knew that he went to New Mexico.
Yeah, he went to California after that. And when he was in New Mexico, like he went to a military school, boarding school, whatever you want to call it. And he's not allowed to have a cell phone or anything, but he snuck one in and he used to talk to me like in the closet. And like just those memories like are just, I like that. And anything big that happened, same thing you said, like we still know it. So then it was just me and Kadeem. So me and Kadeem always hung out. You know, he met my Durham friends and everything was good. But the like, if you know Kadeem, you know me and Jade. If you know Jade, you know me and Kadeem. Like, no matter who you are, we always talk about each other. So when they both ended up going to Regina, I was here by myself. And I remember when I was younger, my stepdad always used to tell me like, oh, make sure you pay attention in school because when your friends graduate and move on with life and you're stuck here and I was like, oh, they went to Regina and I'm here. And like they would call me and they'd be laughing and I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds great. But same thing you said, like the friendship didn't change. So when everyone came back, it was, and like every New Year's we spent together, and one New Year's I didn't get to spend with them because my ex wanted me to spend it with her, and it became an argument.
You didn't need to do a deep sigh like
no,
that.
because I was really mad because when I brought up the idea of spending it with them, because it's a thing we did because they're not here. She was like, oh no, can we spend it with the two of us? So I said sure, and we started to, and then she's like, oh, let's go to my friends, and I was like, okay, and she's like, yeah, we're not gonna stay long, and we stayed for like the whole night, and I was pissed, but anyways, but I don't know, I could never, like a real friend, I can't.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely understand and agree with what you are saying, Des, with the exception of, like, I think as much as I love certain friends, if they killed my child, I think the only different, like, if it was like an accidental thing, like, you know what I mean, like they were driving and a car hit them and my child happened to die, like they were driving my kids, like they were not at fault, I'm not gonna, like, that type of stuff. But if they straight up murdered my baby, no. And like, Hugh, I know that you have, like, see, the thing is, like, I guess I know, because I know some of Hugh's friends, like when I think of like how much you admire and love Josh or Liam, or, you know what I mean, like some of those guys, I know that you have real good deep friendships. But that's the part where, like, I understand Hugh's perspective, where friends, as much as you love them, they can do things that you need to walk away sometimes, just because it's like, even with like a relationship, you could love someone with all of your heart, but they may not be a good person, or they may be doing bad things, or things that could be hurting you or other people, and sometimes you do need to walk away. So like, there's a fine line. There is a fine line for sure. And I think it wasn't easy. I think that shows how much, like, you know, you just have to kind of like stand up for what's right and like love yourself and love the other people that what their actions are doing are more
Fair
than
enough.
that person.
Yeah, I guess it's based on the situation and like what happened.
Right.
Yeah,
Every situation is different. And like, if Hugh felt like he had to walk away from a friendship, a person that he...
Yeah, the dude's like my first friend.
Right. You know what I mean?
One of
and
my
like,
first friends.
obviously it wasn't something that he took lightly, and like he did it because he felt like it was necessary. Doesn't mean that the friendship wasn't real. It just means that what he did was worse than and more important than maintaining that friendship.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, if you love something, let it go.
I don't know that. Shit. If you love something, let it go. If it comes back, then you know. Shit.
No, I didn't say that part.
Oh.
Hugh, we've been putting it off for a couple weeks.
Oh, America.
But I know you have a lot to say.
Nah, we don't have time for that. But
Of course we have time. It's always time for justice and freedom.
no justice and freedom.
No justice, no
peace.
I can't stand that fucking chant.
We only did half of it.
Yeah.
No racist police.
Oh, that's how it goes?
No justice, no peace.
All I knew was no justice. No.
Racist
It's a stupid chant played by a bunch of hypocrites, but
okay. I mean, I don't think it's a stupid
they're all
chant.
full of shit. But
So you believe that there should be racist police? Is that what we're getting at?
there's always gonna be racist police. Deal with it. There's gonna be racist people. Sucks.
I think that's the mindset. It's like, yes, there's always going to be racist police because people, you know, internalize things. You're not going to be outwardly racist and like get the job, obviously. But to say like, oh, just deal with it, like that's
and
why,
the facts
that's
don't.
why people are dying.
And the facts don't mix with the narrative, anyways, too. So
What does that mean?
if you look at I don't.
Are we off topic? Okay, go ahead. I want to hear what you have to say. I don't
So
want to.
you fuckers had your election, Americans.
Jesus.
You know, I was shocked about it. Like I thought it seemed like it was gonna go red, but then it went blue and whatever. But to what I would say, like to like both sides, right? Both sides made kind of like history because Biden got the most votes in like any other in the presidential history, and then also Trump also did. So they both kind of made history and shit. But
Trump did 4 years ago, right?
What?
Or this year.
This year.
What do you mean?
You said that Biden got the most votes.
Yeah, this
in
election.
history.
Yeah.
Right.
They both passed.
They both
Barack.
passed. Yeah.
Oh, just in general.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not even technically done yet. The
Like-
election's technically not even done. They're still counting.
I think it's just that like the most amount
Exactly,
of people
yeah.
have
Yeah.
Contributed.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, one, chill out. The world's not gonna fucking end. To like both sides, chill the fuck out. More to the right, calm down a little bit. Well, the right's kind of calm. I would say both sides.
What is considered right?
I don't fucking know these days.
No, because you said the right.
The right, so that'd be Trump side. That'd be conservatives.
Okay.
But I don't even know what right is anymore because like I'm liberal, but then some people would think I'm conservative,
I
like
would
with some
think
of my
so.
view.
I would.
But I'd like I'm like diehard for old school liberal principles, but then it seems like now that's conservative. I don't fucking know.
Can I just interject for a second?
Yeah.
Because I mean, and like from a personal perspective, I don't have an opinion either way, because it doesn't affect me.
It's Texas.
No, what I'm about to say.
Oh, okay.
you told them it's not that big of a deal. Get over it. And I think...
Did I just say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right? Like, you're saying, like, it's not life or death, but, like, for some people, it is a big deal.
Well, let me get more into it.
Right. Okay, no, that's what I said. I just want to interject because for some people, yeah, a lot of people are being very dramatic, but a lot of people, it is rightfully so. So I just wanted to, like, put that out there. But
So,
by all means, go ahead.
Here's the reality. Federal elections don't really affect you that much. Your local elections, who your mayor is, who your governor is, has way more effect.
100%.
So focus on that more. Federal doesn't affect you that much.
Yeah, and sorry to cut you off again, but like just to reiterate what Hugh said, like if you guys really want change, like your local elections are so important. Think about it this way. It's like the superintendent of a school or of a school board cannot oversee every individual school, but your principal has a lot more say about what goes on in your school. So if you have an issue, are you going to go straight to the superintendent or are you going to talk to your principal and try to make change?
That's
like,
why I
just
say
look at it that way.
Whoever won, get over it. You're going to be fine. That's why I say pay attention. That's what I was going to go on. Pay attention more to your local. Here's the thing, and I said this before. Americans, you guys put yourself in a shitty situation again. Biden is not that great. If you know the guy's history, it's not that fucking great. The fact that you're celebrating this guy, if you know this guy, not that great. Warmonger was for both your wars, Afghanistan and Iraq. You guys are still there. Supported Yemen. Yemen's a shithole now. Supported invading Syria. Was fine with taking down Libya. Crime bill. Fucking had to pull out of his first election back in the 80s because he was lied about his credentials and plagiarized his speech. This guy's not a good fucking guy. He's a war hawk. And you guys fucked yourselves again. Stop watching. Stop paying so much attention to the mainstream media. Because it doesn't give a... Like, it doesn't matter which one. Fox, CNN, ABC. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about telling you the truth. They're entertainment more than news. They don't care if you like when it comes think about like something for example, when's the last time you heard about BLM on the news? Or Breonna Taylor or what's the other guy's name? The guy that got stomped on his neck.
George.
When's the last time you heard about
Floyd?
that? Unless it's something political to push some bullshit. You don't, because they don't fucking care. So, and also, I still think the left is a little more crazy than the right now. To people telling people on the right to get over it, you can't say that because you didn't get over it for 4 years. You pushed some bullshit about Russia, collusion, all that crap. You can't say get over it because you're being the one thing that annoys me more about the left right now is they're being massive hypocrites. You can't tell the other side of people to get over it when you didn't for 4 years and you pushed some bullshit for 4 years and you spent millions of dollars to investigate bullshit for 4 years. So, you know, the thing is that like you're all Americans. You guys are all the same people. You don't need a lot of you guys agree on a lot of the same shit, low taxes, blah blah blah, whatever. All right. If you want to like, what's dividing you guys is not what you think is dividing you. What's dividing you is social media and the media. The media does not care to make you guys agree. Like, for example, what's SNL and all these late night comedy like Jimmy Kimmel, Trevor Noah, what are these guys going to talk about for the next 4 years? What are they going to talk about? Because all they've been talking about is Trump. What are they going to do?
I mean, they survived before all the Trump...
No one was watching them before.
Yes, they were.
No, if you look at the ratings, CNN was literally kind of... all
I
the
thought
ratings.
you were talking about SNL and Jimmy Kimmel. How'd you say CNN?
No, but I'm talking about all of them. All their ratings were actually going down the toilet.
Well...
And then they shot up. If I was CNN, they low-key wanted Trump to win because they have something to talk about.
They're still going to have a lot of Trump material.
No, they won't.
Yes, they will.
I'm
trying to throw him in jail. Like, they're going to have
he's not
Trump
going to go in
material.
jail. No president's
I'm
going
not
in
speaking
jail.
about that. I'm just saying that, like, they're trying to, right?
Yeah,
like,
wasting your time. I mean, this is what I mean. Like, God, Americans, get more involved. Stop. You know this is bullshit. It is bullshit. Pay more. Hold your fucking governors and your mayors, because you guys really should, especially you Californians, what your fucking governor just did, telling you all to stay inside and not go into restaurants, and then fucking gets caught at a fucking restaurant paying
Did that really happen?
Yes. And he had to apologize, and it was bullshit apology.
That was like us too, though.
Yes, that was when, like, back in the spring.
Oh, I'm talking about us too.
When Justin Trudeau told everyone who was the Prime Minister of Canada.
Rob Ford did it too.
Right,
Yeah.
they were like,
don't
do
go
not
to weddings, but I'm at a wedding.
No. They said don't go to your cottages because one, cottage country is not like equipped like their groceries and stuff to have masses from like the city all come at once.
Fucking cottage.
And then he was at his cottage.
Hey, you know, I'll give Trudeau the one thing. He was our first black and brown president, so he made history there. You know?
White. He was all three.
He was all three. He made history. But like, yo, just hold your fucking politicians and us too, because we're not the thing. I'll give Americans this: they're more a little bit more red pilled than we are right now. Canadians were more passive because the amount of shit that Trudeau, amount of shit Trudeau is doing. It's like, you know, just pay more attention. You guys agree a lot more than you actually may think that you do. You guys are pretty much like people on the far left. People on the far right, you're the same fucking people. You're literally the same people. Politics is not like one side or the other. It's a circle. You guys everyone agrees on the same shit.
I think what you're trying to say is it's not about red states and blue states. It's about the United States.
Yeah, you guys aren't a democracy. And also,
I stole that from Biden from his speech when he like accepted the presidency.
Look at his face. He's not impressed.
But it's true, and I'm sure.
It is true.
I'm sure he's also not the first to say that.
But he's full of shit.
But it's like, you know, plan words like unite one another, but also United States.
Yeah, Americans.
But it really is less. Is that not what you're saying though? It's less about the red and the blue.
Yeah.
But about
they need
people.
to get rid of the red and the blue, man. And like, just like once again, then people to the right, Biden's not going to change anything. And people on the left, Biden's not going to change anything. Look at the people he's putting in his cabinet. They're all fucking bankers and all that shit. He put an oil executive into his cabinet. He's black, so that's nice, I guess. But no, okay, he's the same guy.
Shout out to Kamala Harris.
Kamala, I'm meh about you.
Listen, think what you want, but that's history. And
It's a good thing. I just wish it was someone different. If I was to be honest, I wish it was. I understand the importance of her being there,
like Omarosa,
but I wish it was someone completely different. Yeah, man, just pay more attention to your local shit. Hold your parties accountable, because you guys had two better choices on the Democratic side. Please, like, pay attention. Please don't go to another war in the Middle East, because like the funny thing is, everyone kept saying we want normalcy back. We want normalcy back. But then the thing is that do you even know what you're saying when you say you want normalcy back? Because normalcy for America is constant endless wars in the Middle East. It's constant bombing in the Middle East.
Maybe they want a new normal.
They don't want to.
Then it's no longer normal.
It will be. It's just new.
Yeah, to have AOC fucking trying to make a Trump blacklist.
Do you have any your 2 cents, Des?
Oh, I pay zero attention to politics whatsoever.
Yeah, stay away from it. Stay away. I honestly no, don't, because it stresses you out.
Well,
no, I'm
taking a break.
It's important to stay
While
informed,
he was,
but you don't need to necessarily dive down the rabbit hole.
Stay away.
I
always tell people stay away.
When I say I know nothing, I know absolutely nothing. I know what I hear here, and that's it.
All right, John.
Also,
I don't know who that is.
The whole.
Did you get my joke?
What?
He said he knows nothing. I said, okay, Jon Snow.
Oh.
Where's that from?
Game of Thrones.
Oh, I've never watched it.
Obviously.
Or I would know.
Anyone who's watched it would.
Oh, that's the main guy.
I guess
There's
a lot of main characters.
I just made that up too.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, just like pay attention, and like this whole thing. But
wake up, sheeple.
I would say
you're on a roll today. Look at you go.
Thank you.
People that are woke.
I feel like his hype woman. Oh, sorry for cutting.
Also, like woke people, you're not woke. You're the most closed-minded, hypocritical fucks and racist fucks you'll ever meet. They're very closed-minded people.
A lot of people who are woke, they have their eyes open, but their third eye is closed.
No, their eyes are closed in general. Woke people are so full of shit. I can't stand woke people because they're some of the most closed-minded people you'll meet. They only want to hear their side. That's it. Once they hear something from the other, most. Anyone that subscribes to the woke shit, open really
I feel like
deep.
there's always people on both sides, you know?
No, both sides suck, but I think both sides.
No, I mean like as far as what you're saying with woke, like there's definitely the people who are like fake woke, but I think
most people are fake woke.
I mean, it had to start from people who were genuinely the definition of woke. So I mean,
I don't know. Ever since I saw that shit come up, but like, and this whole thing with like, you gotta like, this whole thing, Trump being a neo-Nazi, blah 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 blah. That shit's kind of dead now. The guy had more minority support this time around than he did in 2016. The whole thing about him hitting Latinos, you can't say that anymore. He won Texas because of Mexicans. He won Florida because of Cubans. Well, Cubans always vote right because once they smell communism, they just kind of run away and they're like, no, I don't want that. But That shit needs to die down.
Hugh-Gene.
It's true. They want no. Cubans always vote right.
All right.
Once they smell once they that's communism, I'm gone.
What was that accent?
This my
do it
Cuban.
again. Do it again.
I can't.
Do it again.
But
Do it again, please.
What?
Do the accent again.
Well, communism. Oh, I don't fucking know.
I shouldn't.
I don't know. I like my friend, my Palestinian friend, who I was shocked by, who he wanted the orange guy to win, which I was fairly shocked by.
Who's that, Kanye?
No, not Kanye.
No,
Trump's the orange
he
guy.
means like
And I was shocked because
Trump, because like they call
Sorry,
him, like,
we
a
were saying
Cheeto.
red and blue. Do they?
Yeah, because he his spray tan is so orange. They call him. You really don't know
I'm like,
anything.
No, good.
I
You
say-
don't know that the fact that people call Trump a Cheeto
No, I
because
didn't
he's
know
so
that.
orange. They say he looks like for makeup like he puts on Cheeto dust.
Yeah, and he has like always has like the sunglasses, like kind of like
You know the
tan for some
tanning
reason.
glasses, so his eyes are very white,
Yeah.
but everywhere
Oh,
else.
but
But you
is-
look at his hands; they're like pale as fuck.
Huh.
He has very small hands.
I mean,
Kinda
his son
funny.
has
Baby
COVID.
hands.
That's all I know.
had he probably
Oh.
by now.
But my friend pretty much he like sent me a quote that says I have more. This is a Malcolm X quote, and he says I have more respect for the man who lets me know where he stands, even if he's wrong, than the one that comes up like an angel, but then is nothing but evil.
Agreed.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
And that's the and
So what you feel like that is Trump, the one who lets you know where he stands,
yes,
and Biden is the
I
one
res-
that doesn't.
I
Let you know where
respect
he
Trump more
stands?
than Biden.
No, I'm asking you. You
Yes,
think that's
that's what it is. That's why I don't take that. That's like the.
I mean, I don't necessarily agree with that, but I respect.
I know
your-
the guy. It's the same way I feel about
You know
Obama.
the guy.
I know his history.
No,
I know it. I
know
sleep in
him.
his bed.
You know what's funny?
Excuse me.
What?
While you
Does
were
Mrs.
talking,
Biden know about this?
while you were talking,
I feel the same way about Obama.
You were talking about
Oh,
Biden and the 1980s.
Know his history, and then you'll change your mind.
I know what you have to say about
Know
Obama.
Know his policies, foreign policy. Your mind will change. You'll look at him differently. If you want to keep your same whole Obama, the black Jesus, then stay that way.
I've never called him that.
But every black person looks at him like that. But then look at his foreign policy and you'd be like, nah, you're not Jesus.
Right, but like
He's
listen-
important too, don't get me wrong. But he's not the angel that he actually is. Yemen, Libya.
You were saying, Des?
In my head, I was just like, huh. He knows a lot about this and he can't read and he can't count. That's crazy. That's all I was thinking about.
See, Hugh likes to act like he can't read and can't count,
I'd rather people think I'm dumb than smart. I don't give a fuck.
and then you like spew out like shit.
I don't want people to think. I don't care if people think I'm stupid or
You're
smart.
like in 1942 that
Yeah,
happened.
it was like in 1980. I was like, 1980. You were far from alive. Wow. 'Cause I was far from alive.
No, mostly Americans just like hold your guys accountable. And if you smell war, because the one thing I'll high five Trump for is that he pretty much made an order to bring the troops home from Afghanistan, like the rest of them. I think it's like 2,500 from Iraq and Afghanistan back. And I hope it does happen. He said it's supposed to happen by January 15th, and that's smart on him. Because the one thing I'll give he hasn't been it. He's been fairly anti-war. He hasn't really, I guess, like fulfilled it fully. But at least he's one of the few presidents that actually says actually has no desire to continue these regime change wars that the States always does. But pay attention to that. If you sense, look at countries like Syria, because I was happy that Hillary didn't win simply because she said, I want to make a no-fly zone over Syria, which is pretty much how you start World War III, because Russia's best friends with Syria. And the only way to do that is to invade Syria if you want to make a no-fly zone. And I worry that Biden wants them to continue that kind of shit. So really pay attention to, because both sides, you may...
Can I ask you a question? I'm just curious, what your viewpoint is on the results of the election. Do you feel like
It should be investigated.
Biden won?
He
But
won.
They did a recount in Georgia
Yeah.
and a couple other states.
This is one... Yeah.
Do you feel like it's
No,
still
Biden-
undecided? Do you feel like Trump won? Biden
There
won?
was
I'm just
definitely
curious.
fraud. There's always fraud in elections. There's always some sort of little
They were
bit of
saying
fraud.
the U.S. They said it's the possibility of fraud is extremely low.
No, there's always fraud every election. There's always, but it's not a lot. But this is the first time they've had mail-in voting in this large of scale.
Right.
So do I think they should investigate it? Of course. Perfect this shit. So I have no problem. But the thing is, even if they catch enough tampering and all that shit, it won't be enough to it'll make Trump win.
So you agree that Biden is the next.
No, yeah, the guy. Well, until they
President
I would
of the
say
United-
by looking at what he won, yeah, he'd be the next president. Have they officially announced it yet? No, he technically hasn't won yet, but he probably won. He won. But like I said, nothing's.
Do you think that it could hurt the country that Trump is like blocking the transition from?
No, this
his
is nothing.
camp to
This is
Biden's
nothing.
camp?
This is nothing new. This has happened before.
With whom?
This happened, I think, in 2000 with Bush and Al Gore.
Okay, but my question still stands.
Do I think it hurts it?
Do you think that it could? Yeah.
In the long term, probably not. No.
But short term, it could.
Short right now, yeah, because the news is gonna push it and make it seem more scary than it really is.
No. I'm not even talking about like the news. Like,
But that's
do you
what's
think,
gonna
like,
happen.
not allowing Biden's camp to transition and to like not blocking information and stuff like that. Do you think like I have no viewpoint. I'm just
Do I
wondering
think
what
it
you
depends
think.
on the information? Yeah, it probably will hurt it. But the thing is that too, like people saying, "Oh, Trump's not going to leave the White House." Once again, that's happened before too. They have a process for this. They literally ignore the guy. They literally start throwing like the secret. This happened like in the 1800s, where the Secret Service.
1800s.
There he goes again.
No, like literally, they pretty much what I can't remember who my dad. Because me and my dad were talking about this, and he showed me what they do. And it's like a long it's not really that long, but essentially they pretty much start throwing all of his stuff out the White House. They pretty much ignore him. They don't talk to him. They act like you're not there, and they just pretty much like, who's this guy? Who's like, Trump be like, hey, and they'd be like, who? Huh?
Honestly, I kind of would want to see that.
I wouldn't want to see that.
No.
That's embarrassing for the country.
No. I'm not saying like, I wish that on Trump or anything, but just because it sounds so ridiculous, like I'm kind of curious to see.
No,
how that would
they
go.
have a process of like, and they've been saying that for years. He's not gonna leave, and like, no, he's gonna leave. They have a process for doing that.
They're talking about like him being escorted out by the Secret Service and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, he has. to.
That's what you've heard. The one.
Yeah, because apparently they're quoting him because he said that he's not leaving the White House. They have to take him kicking and screaming or something like that.
Yeah, this has happened before, and they have a process for this. Even if it never happened before, they would have a process to do this. Because you'd think the founding fathers were smart fucking dudes. The amount of shit that the Constitution is great, but like no, this has happened before. They know what to do. They'll literally kick him out. And also like, I think his supporters, I think some of them would probably be like cool with him like doing that. But knowing the kind of people who support the right, like more like military vets who guys are like America for like die hard, they wouldn't support that. They would be like, no, like that's not American. No, like people who are constitutionalists and all that crap, they wouldn't be for that. Mm-hmm. They'd be like, get the fuck out, Trump.
I hear you.
So Americans, you'll be fine. You guys will be fine. Just know your fucking rights and fight for them.
We believe in the
Fight
success
for
of the
your
United
right
States.
to love, yeah.
No, I want the success of the states because like, who do you want? Like people always say, I want America to fall. I was like, well, do you want China to be the top dog? You want Russia to be the top dog?
Oh, Canada to be the top dog.
We're never gonna be the top dog. We're a fucking pussy like
We're
ours.
too passive. We're like, oh, sorry,
We're not even
bud.
too passive. We're just full of shit.
Didn't mean to drop that bomb there. My apologies.
Oh, sorry, bud. Oh, shit. I didn't know we would kill that much.
All right. Well, I feel like we have been talking politics for far too long. But thank you
Like
guys.
20 minutes.
Yeah, 20 minutes too long. No, I'm joking. No, thank you so much for sharing, Hugh. I feel like you know,
guys
a
will
lot
be
of
fine.
people are
You'll be fine.
interested in your perspective.
Your day-to-day life will be
Okay,
fine.
we've already given our perspective.
No, it's not R. I.
Yeah, I know. I definitely know it's your perspective.
Black Lives Matter.
They do. Why are you saying that as a joke? You know what? I'm actually not even going to ask that question because I am afraid of the answer.
I've said the answer to this
But
podcast before.
for those of you who are listening, thank you again for always tuning in. You can find us at thissquareroom.com and at This Square Room on social media. And I believe that's it. So we will see you next Tuesday.